What's up YouTube? It's your girl Lakin Banks and welcome back to my channel. Now you probably read the title and said, oh my god, I can become a millionaire by investing in my TFSA? Yes you can. But Lakin Banks, did you say investing? Does that mean stocks? Lakin Banks, I'm so scared of stocks. I don't know how to do them. Blah, blah. Guys, relax. I'm gonna show you how putting aside a little bit of money every month can make you $1.1 million. First, let me explain what a TFSA is. A TFSA is an investment tool that we use in Canada. Now, unfortunately for my American friends, this doesn't apply to you. But wait, before you exit out of this video, you can still benefit from this. Just replace the word TFSA with Roth IRA because they are essentially the same thing. They are both investment tools for tax-free savings. So every time you hear the word TFSA, just replace it with Roth IRA and know you can invest and become a millionaire the same way. Now, what is a TFSA? A TFSA is a tax-free savings account, but it's not just that. Most people don't know how to actually use this account. Hell, I didn't understand the benefits of this account until a few years ago. People treat it as a regular savings account, putting money in, taking money out whenever they have expenses, but they never benefit from its special qualities. TFSAs are not to be treated as a regular savings account if you want to be a millionaire. A TFSA gives you special privileges to save for retirement, to benefit from compound interest, and to build a healthy portfolio full of stocks, bonds, and cash. It's a great all-around investment tool, and best part of all is it's tax-free. I love TFSAs so much that I don't even use my RSPs anymore. And at the end of this video, I will tell you why. But back to TFSAs. There's a lot of benefits to having a TFSA, but there are also some rules. The government limits your yearly contribution to your TFSA and tells you at which age you can begin investing. So your contribution room is how much money you can put into your TFSA every year. For example, in 2009, your limit was $6,000. In 2008, it was $5,500 and goes back till 2009. Also, you're not able to open a TFSA until you turn 18. Now you should be thinking, wow, the government has all these special rules on a TFSA. There must be something special about it. Ding, 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 ding. It's because this account has special privileges. You need to learn them and benefit from them. So Lakin Banks, I'm 30 now and I haven't put anything in my TFSA. What do I do now? Have I lost all my contribution room? Don't fret, beautiful. Don't fret. Because luckily, your contribution room rolls over every year. Now, your contribution room is the amount of money you can put into your TFSA without penalty every year. So if you are 30 years old and you haven't put anything in since you're 18, you actually have $69,500 worth of contribution room until the end of 2020. So let's say you're not 30 years old. Let's say you're 25, 22. You have to go back to the year that you turned 18 and see what the TFSA contribution limit was for that year. However, if you were like most people, you might have put some money in, taken some money out, you might have done a GIC, gained some interest, and you don't know how much you can actually contribute. Because if you over-contribute, the government will charge you 1% of the amount that's over-contributed every month until you take it out. So, if you want to know your exact limit, what you do is file your taxes for this year. After you have them filed, call CRA and ask them directly. And CRA is our Canada Revenue Agency. They have to give you the exact amount. Okay? Okay, sounds good. Now, for the big reason why you watch this video, $4,500 every year to millionaire. Now, it doesn't happen overnight. This happens in 40 years. Unfortunately, it does involve stocks. I know you guys get really scared when I say the word stock, but the way to make $1.1 million by the time you retire is by investing. So you take your TFSA, and you know how you can have it in cash, bonds, GICs, it's gonna be in stocks. If you invest $4,500 a year, which is equivalent to $375 every month. If you take that and you put it into your TFSA invested, And if its average rate of return is 8% over the 40 years, you will have $1.1 million by the time you retire. At $375 a month. Guys, you can afford that. You can somehow pull it from somewhere and get it together. That's $4,500 a year. And Lake and Banks, didn't you tell me that our contribution room for 2020 was $6,000? So if you can max out your TFSA, do you know you'll have more than $1.1 million? Guys, like, the government they're throwing you a bone. Take it. They're putting limits on it, but take it. Growing. You've already paid taxes on this money, so anything that you see in your account will be yours. That's why putting your money in the TFSA is so important. When you invest in your RRSP, let's say you have $10,000, that is actually not $10,000, because when you're 70 and you go to start withdrawing it, you are going to pay taxes because the government wants that cut of money for letting you take a tax break in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. Lake and Banks investing, oh my God, I get so scared. I don't know what to do. I understand that it's scary, and I understand looking at your account and seeing it go up and down is frightening. I know that you work hard for your money and you want to save every penny, and if you put in $10,000, you want to get $10,000 back. And maybe you're so nervous because you don't know what to invest in, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm here to tell you. I'm here to show you what I'm doing. But the thing is, if you want to keep your cash safe and sound, your money is not growing at the rate of inflation. So that means the more prices go up on everyday items, your money is still worth the same. It's not growing every year. So everything is costing more money, but your money is staying the same when you hold it tight in cash. I know that people want to think about the right now, but we're thinking about over time, because you want to know something? Compound interest, which is what we're benefiting from our average rate of return. Compound interest is like the eighth wonder of the world. And this happens over time. So if we invest something for 40 years, it's going to comp little bit, and then it's going to grow right on our 30th, 31st, 32nd, and 40th. That's when it'll get the highest. That's why it's so important to have our money in for 40 years. And $375 is not a lot of money every month, guys. Not a lot at all. Do you think you can't afford your bills now? Imagine when you retire. Imagine when you're 70 years old. How much things are going to cost then. Don't bet on your home to save you. Guys, nobody gets to $1 million by saving their money. They do it by investing. You have to take a risk. And if you don't take the risk of investing, you're trading one risk for another. Now you might be wondering, Lake and Banks, where do I invest it in and who do I invest it with? Those are two other great questions that I will answer for you. Where to put it in your TFSA. If I don't want to look at it and I'm not sure what to do and I'm nervous and I don't want to learn about stocks, I want someone to just do it for me, I would recommend just putting it in mutual funds. Now I know mutual funds takes a 1% to 2% fee every year, but it's a hassle-free way to invest your money and to not think about it. When you meet your financial advisor, they can tell you what the average rate of return was for that year, etc. So what I did before I started investing on my own, I went to the bank, made an appointment with my financial advisor, and asked to see the different portfolios that I can invest my money in a TFSA. You'll have minimal risk, where it's made up of mostly bonds, not too many stocks, cash, and it doesn't have much growth. Its average rate of return will probably be 1% to 2%. You have a little bit less conservative, its average rate of return might be 3% to 4%, and then you have something that's more risky and the most risk. I'm in something with the most risk because it has the best average rate of return. That one was at 10%, and we're calculating our income in our 70s just at 8%. I picked the most risky one that's made up of almost 100% stocks because I'm 30 years old. I have 40 years for this money to grow. So I don't care if it goes up and down because even if the price goes down, I still have those units of stocks in my portfolio. So let's say that you are really hip to investing and you know what stocks to invest in and you want to manage your portfolio on your own. And look up stocks that you care about and that you did research on and that you think are a good idea. And you can find out other index funds or EFTs that have low fees, unlike mutual funds, that pay you consistently every year as well for that average rate of return at 8%. That is our goal, is to take a little bit of money out of our pocket, invest it, and get that average rate of return, okay? That is what will make us a millionaire. So I'm so happy you got that information, but before you close out, you guys need to understand that once you put that money in your TFSA, it'll be a problem if you take it out. If your contribution room is $6,000 for 2020, and let's say you've maxed out all your other years, okay? You put in $6,000, something comes up and you take $5,000 out. Do you know that you can't contribute that $5,000 again until the start of 2021? Now, if you're worried that in 2020 you put in $6,000 and that money, that $6,000 that you put in skyrocketed to $8,000 and you're like, oh my God, 2021's coming and I'm not gonna have my full contribution room. You wanna know something? The interest that you make does not take away from your contribution room. That is another amazing benefit of this TFSA. So your money can grow and grow and grow and grow, and all the growth does not count as contribution room. So God forbid you did have to take out that growth, you would still have that contribution room. Like, it's amazing. I love TFSAs so much, so I was telling you guys that I don't put money into my RSP anymore. The reason why I don't do that is until I max out that $70,000, I'm not putting money in my RSP because I'm saving money tax-free. And when I pass, I can pass that to my children or to my beneficiary tax-free. With your RSPs, when you are 71 to 2, they force you to take that out. Who cares that you're gonna be in a lower tax bracket? That doesn't matter because you're still gonna be paying tax on it. Uncle Sam's still gonna be taking that money. Okay? No. And you wanna know something? If you pass and you have an RSP, all of that money, when you pass it on to your beneficiary, will be taxed. So, and who's to say what the tax brackets will be by the time you and I are 70? Do you know all this money that the government's printing to bail us out of this economic crash due to this pandemic? We don't know what it's gonna be. So my safest bet is to fully max out my TFSA. Just thank you guys so much for watching. I just appreciate it. I love talking about money. My net worth has soared over 6 years just making great financial decisions. I'm not a financial advisor, so take this money at your own risk, but like I've learned through experience. I've educated myself, I've sat down with my financial advisor, I've sat down at investment firms, I've bought my first house, I've got it at a $15,000 worth of debt, I've made my emergency fund, I've built a nest egg. I've done all these things that I'm telling you guys how to do. So if you have any questions, DM me, leave a comment. Actually, I don't know how to read DMs, so just leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. But thank you guys. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at @LakenBake_. But this is Laken Banks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.